Chapter 100, Dangerous Battle 2. Not only had the power of the darts controlled by the reverse spirit art increased dozens of times, but they also had the ability to lock onto the enemy's spiritual energy for a short period. After locking onto the enemy's spirit energy, the dart would rely on the power of the reverse spirit art to launch intense attacks and powerful damage to the enemy. Hanji had underestimated the two darts. When they were about to reach her, she did not dodge. She only waved her hand, but the two darts were not thrown off by her. Instead, they ignored the power she wielded and continued flying forward. At this moment, Hanji had no time to dodge or defend. She could only watch as the two darts stabbed at her. Ah! Hanji was hit in the chest by the darts. If not for the fact that her cultivation level was much higher than Xue Fanxin's, and that her defense was stronger, she would have died right then and there. Xue Fanxin knew that Hanji would not suffer the same thing a second time. Therefore, after the move was successful, she did not employ it again. Instead, she took out the Zuyu flute that Jiushang had given her and played the soul-seizing art. Seeing Xue Fanxin take out the Zuyu flute, Hanji was shocked. After pulling out the darts from her body, she said in disbelief, "The Zuyu flute is in your hand? How is that possible? How could His Highness give you the Zuyu flute?" Their miss had been looking forward to getting her hands on this Zuyu flute for a long time, but could not make His Highness give it to her. Unexpectedly, this flute had fallen into the hands of this lowly little girl. How ridiculous! Little slut, hand over the Zuyu flute quickly. That's not something you can have. Hanji suddenly became irritable. Even she did not know that the blood in her body was boiling. She was doing things in a crazy manner. This was the first time Xue Fanxin had used the Zuyu flute to fight an enemy. So she did not know what kind of damage the Zuyu flute's soul-seizing art would cause to the enemy. However, when she saw the frantic Hanji, she did not dare to play it anymore, afraid that she would agitate the murderer. That damned Jiushang, he screwed me over this time. What Zuyu flute? What soul-seizing art? They're both useless. Facing Hanya's crazy attacks, Xue Fanxin could only dodge, but as she did so, she suddenly felt that something was wrong. Hanji had indeed gone crazy and started a massacre. However, her target was not limited to her only. She was also aiming at the surrounding dead things and even the rocks. She would hit whatever she saw and had completely forgotten what her target was. So the soul-seizing art was so powerful. Xue Fanxin had just disparaged the soul-seizing art that Jiushang had taught her to be worthless. Now, she praised it again and did not feel guilty at all. Ill kill, ill kill, ill kill. Hanya's madness intensified. She destroyed the mountaintop wantonly and attacked with extreme force. An entire rock was shattered by her strikes, and rumbling sounds constantly came from the mountaintop. At the foot of the mountain, Xue Fanxin heard the noise coming from the mountain, and her lips curled up into a smug smile. Guanji said in a gloating manner, "Miss, it must be Hanji teaching that vixen a lesson. From the looks of it, that vixen has probably become meat paste. It's good as long as she's dead." Xue Fanxin did not care about Xue Fanxin's death at all, as if she was a small bug. She turned her gaze to Jiushang and said with deep emotions, "Your Highness, that woman is dead. Everything is over. I'll take you back now and let you have a new beginning." Xue Fanxin helped Jiushang up and flew away with him. In the blink of an eye, she had already disappeared without a trace. The yellow-clothed girl looked at the situation on the mountaintop and realized that there were still vibrations coming from above. She thought to herself that Hanji was probably destroying the scene, so she did not plan to go up and take a look. She left with Xue Fanxin.